Opener.
Why are you shooting? He's already gone.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Hello and welcome to the worst movie.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the worst movie ever made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hessick. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing this? Which is
we're doing I believe it's called Tits the movie, starring Tits and other tits.
Malibu Express.
Malibu Express. Yes, Malibu Express. Bob's pick. It won the poll. It's basically what I said. It's Tits the movie. Not mad about that. I'm mad about everything else because.
Oh, I like boobs.
Yeah, who doesn't? Tits go woo. But that's it. And then Chris also.
I like dongs.
Likes dongs.
Oh
hey,
God,
Bob.
we're bringing that one back, huh?
Hey Bob, how are you? Do you want to explain this movie that you picked for the poll that won the poll that we're now talking about because we had to watch it?
Yeah, he's the one that likes dongs.
If I didn't, so if we never watched Hard Ticket to Hawaii, I wouldn't even know this movie existed. So I'm gonna blame that.
Okay.
And
which
yes,
you picked.
I would love to explain this. And did I pick that one too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oops,
all right.
I forgot.
Are we rolling the bumper and you're explaining this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daddy, I'm scared. Where's my puppy?
Please, Debbie, not now.
Don't worry. Bob's going to tell you where that puppy is. And Bob explains.
All right.
All right. So as Rob already said, or both of you already said, my my alliteration is melons and milk monsters and mammaries. Oh my. that's
pretty much
it, man. That's pretty much it. But I'm gonna. So this is like the opposite of a succinct description of this movie. Here we go. Cody, a private investigator and trust fund baby, apparently, is hired to investigate a family that may be involved in selling computer secrets to the Russians. Along the way, he is sexually assaulted by every woman he meets. And adulterous bribery and murder and hitmen and drag queens and helicopters and a woman in a wheelchair. They make up all the other details that I'm leaving out. Oh, and there's also a race car driver who apparently is important, who is an exhibitionist.
Lady Knockers herself, yes.
Yes.
With an H. Knockers with an H.
Knockers with an H.
Yes. Which makes
KHNOCKERS.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Rob, why don't you throw it to YouTube?
Sure.
You know the word.
Comments are poopy.
He doesn't want you anymore. Now that I don't want you.
So I found the full movie on YouTube for free with the nudity removed, and those are the comments I picked.
Nice.
So, holy moly, I've been looking everywhere for this one. Thanks! Mind you, this video was uploaded 2 years ago, so these are recent, relatively recent.
Wow.
Next one. The first of the 12 Andy Sedaris Girls, Guns, and G-Strings movies. Thanks very much for the movie. Next comment. Lovely movie, comedy, thrill, mystery, super, Andy S. the Legend, and then a bunch of commas.
Commas?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh no, not the Buffington family. Next comment. That's the same CIA building from Airwolf. That's over my head, but I believe it. Next comment. Dude, don't even watch this here. Minus all of the TNA. Next comment. There's no nudity, which is the entire point of this film. And then the last comment. Love to live Cody's life, all the beautiful women wanting him and all. As for the Buffingtons, they amuse me. So rich they have nothing better to do but stalk Cody, and with their double standards, challenge him to a race every time.
Okay. Were they loaded? I didn't know that.
I mean, they had cars. They had a lot of cars, and they were better than Cody's. So they had to have like at least some disposable income, I guess. I guess if you're living in a bathtub,
They had nothing but time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made the Tampa Express or something.
If you live in a bathtub, you have no living expenses, so you can just buy a bunch of cars.
Yeah, all right. I think that's still true.
Yeah.
All right, let's throw it to test number 1, the worst of its kind.
Sure.
We compare movie ratings so you don't have to. That way we can find out if this movie truly is the worst of its kind.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Okay.
Ron Moss, a 25. Where can they find that, Rob?
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. There's buttons you can click, and you hit the smash. You smash the subscribe button, and you hit the little bell, and then you get notified when we upload new episodes.
Gently caress it, punch it, however you want to treat it, you do it. Above the Law, which is a lot like a movie we have done, but it isn't a movie we have done. I think we should. It's Steven Seagal. Got a 50.
Okay.
The Presidio with Sean Connery. Never heard of it.
I've heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
41.
Okay.
It was like an action thriller. I want to say it was like on the same line as like Hunt for Red October and stuff like that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so. Yeah. Wanted, Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer, 30.
Yeah.
And then Ricochet with Denzel and Lithgow, two of my favorites, a 74.
That movie's so fun.
Is that the Prison Break one where like Lithgow is like an unhinged psychopath, even though like he's we mostly know him from Third Rock from the Sun and How I Met Your Mother. Okay.
And Cliffhanger, where he's an unhinged psychopath.
Oh, that's right.
He's also an unhinged psychopath in Dexter season 3 or 4.
Okay.
I want to say.
So he's got range.
4.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
He is actually a very convincing unhinged psychopath in season 4. I think it is Dexter, where he plays Trinity, the serial killer, who is like almost relatable. He like had some like trauma happen to him, so he inflicts it on other people, and you like almost feel bad for him, but like he's so psychotic and weird that you don't really. Average of 44 for all of those. How did Malibu Express do? You guys don't know. You told me earlier, so take a wild guess, would you?
25.
10.
Somewhere very close to the in-between there with a 15.5. What I did was split the 31 audience score because there was no critic score.
Of course.
But Bob is the biggest offender with this one. Bob's movies often don't have one because he's picking from the like 70s trash bin usually. Like you go to like your local Dollar General and they wouldn't dare post it for $1.
You go to the Dollar General. You go to the $3 bin in Dollar General, and you open up like My Little Pony, like one of the sequels, and like this disc is somehow in there.
Yeah, basically like that. And then you get yourself one of those rotisserie hot dogs.
I'm a valued addition to this podcast. I know what I'm doing.
You know what, Bob? We couldn't do this thing without you, honestly. A negative 28.5 and worst of its kind is what we have, which is a respectable score.
Yeah.
You thought it might be bigger than that, though, considering how big the cannons were in this movie. Let's throw it to test number 2. This is Ain't That a Pitch?
Sure is good to get away. Damn the rain.
Vacations are fun, but this one should be great.
Yeah, the gang's coming up for the weekend. What a blast.
Wow. Ain't that a pitch? Fucking love Gangstar.
I haven't gone first in a while, so I think I'll just get this out of the way.
All right.
I'm a strapping young private dick, and I like to have fun. But the Russians are up to shit, and I can't fire a gun. These Soviets gotta be bluffing while I videotape myself fucking. Son of a bitch, I don't have time for those hillbilly Buffingtons.
Can I sandwich myself? Because I have a feeling that mine is the worst one.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Special Investigator Cody will surely impress. Irresistible to all women who show him their chest. A convoluted plot. Are these comedy spots? Why is this movie called Malibu Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for that connection as well, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
All right. Here comes my pathetic attempt. Here we go. Sedaris made a film with Roger Corman, who he detested. Then came along Hugh Hefner, who happily invested. Cody is a Nepo baby PI who makes a terrible spy. The only other way to describe this movie is multi-breasted.
Yes.
I do like multi-breasted.
Yeah. I'm going to go Bob 4 for the multi-breasted. That clinched it.
I'm going to go Rob 4. I just thought it was a solid overall.
I'll go Chris 4, just to make it a team win.
Team tie.
Wow.
All right, so Chris wins because, ego. Anyhow.
So,
Team
Hugh Hefner
Titty.
put up half the money for this movie, which is how it got made. It was Hugh Hefner put up $250,000, and so did Andy Sedaris.
Huh. Okay.
Wow. How about that? All right,
I want to throw that in there in case you didn't know. Read that in your.
I did not. I did very little research, if any. I'm writing down Team Titty Witty Winnie Booby, something like that. Okay, let's throw it to test number 3, the most offensive.
I do not fear you, even though you beat me. Beat me again. Beat.
The most offensive.
Hooray.
I just want that as a song, and I want you to send it to me so that I can listen to it.
I could send you that length of bumper without the clip. If you'd
All
like.
right, just loop it like 4 times.
Yeah.
All
right.
All right. First clip of the day. This is number.
Are we doing the countdown for the?
Yeah, can we do Bob's?
Shit. Yeah, give me 1 second. Bob 5. It's 1, right? Is it 5? Is it what number are we doing?
5.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear it again.
There we go.
Let's do Hair Did.
Hair did. See, now, this is extra step on my soundboard, guys. You're all fucking. All right, there we go.
Hey, Marion. She is something else. Did you hear that she got raped this afternoon by 2 homosexuals? One held her down and the other one did her hair.
Hilarious.
That's so funny. A woman definitely would have made that joke.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm telling you, man, homosexual ridicule was an all-time high in this year and this movie.
This is projection from Andy Sedaris, I think.
Yes.
I think
so. Oh, man, homosexuals are funny because I'm not a homosexual at all, but I'm going to zoom in on this guy's bicep again. All right, number
4.
I just wrote, women are boobs. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which I found pretty offensive. Every woman that was associated with the movie had to show her tits except for the wheelchair lady, and I'm not sure it wasn't in the titty sizzle reel at the end of the movie. She might have been wheeling around with her tits out. I don't remember because they were flashing a lot of them. So it's possible that we saw every single pair of boobs associated with this movie. But women are boobs. Number
2, 3.
There you go.
I hear a little owl from the Tootsie Roll Pop commercial.
We said that already.
Inspiration for the two.
Oh, did we? Was my I said that last week. That was my inspiration.
Oh, maybe I just locked that away and.
That's exactly my inspiration. I'm not creative. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's creative. It's just creative enough. We all walk on the shoulders of giants or whatever. Stand on the shoulder, on the scaffolding of it. Anyway, this is an actual line from the movie. I got my car blown up, beat up, and I got raped. And then that was Cody about after he had his car blown up. And he went to, walking into the desert, and he just found a car dealership, and then he had to trade sex for a car.
Yeah.
But immediately following that, he dropped an F-bomb. The other F-bomb, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
There were a few of those, yeah.
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 Quite a few.
Well, that'll come up again, but it's the other F-bomb. But this was another example of them just joking about rape.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is just not something you can joke about.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that owl in here with number 2. This is another clip.
You're killing me. I got it.
This is Woman Watcher.
This place is filled with great-looking bodies. Exercise is okay, but girl watching's what I do best. I love looking at the gorgeous Diana. Whew. The luscious Lorette. Oh, my. And the outrageously sexy Peggy.
Who's he talking to?
Beverly's still one of my favorite ladies, though.
There you go.
Apparently, he's talking into his tape recorder.
Yeah, just while he's driving by
all
himself.
that the narration is supposed to keep that in mind if you watch this movie or for future clips. Everything he's saying that's in the narrator's voice, he's just saying into a tape recorder for his official investigations
while he's driving by himself.
Exactly.
He's telling other on official police business because he's a special investigator. He's saying the outrageously sexy Peggy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the exercise is fine, but he's really there for women watching. That's what he does best.
Yes.
All right, number 1 is not a clip. This is number
1.
Shane shamelessly shoots shower shenanigans after committing coitus with coerced consent.
That was also rape, wasn't it? In the shower?
Yeah, we're not even joking about rape anymore. This was rape.
Yeah.
This
totally
was not
rape.
a joke.
Yeah.
This was just rape on film. Shane shamelessly shoots shower shenanigans after committing coitus
with
coerced consent.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Very good.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I did the split half and half. It was like a little vanilla, a little chocolate, you know.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that. But yeah, so a guy goes into a shower. He just is like, come on, baby. And just wrestles this girl and starts making out with her until she's either afraid for her life and just makes love to him.
Yeah.
Or is into it. We'll never know. So, also, he puts the camera down on a chair right in front of the shower. And somehow it goes in unnoticed the entire time that he is down there doing the blah, 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 blah in the porn water, you know? She's staring at it and never notices.
Porn water, yeah.
In the porn water. Okay. Yep.
But yeah, she never notices the camera somehow. And I thought that was really funny, but I wasn't laughing because a rape was happening at the same time.
Yeah.
It's hard to laugh at jokes while rape is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Very hard.
You know, you don't find these situations much in your life, but in the few where, a rape is happening, I'm not laughing at the jokes the comedians
Let's
tell.
hope no one already let's hope no one can identify with that. That's very relatable.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Most offensive. You guys want to mention anything?
Oh my god, I have so many, but I'm gonna narrow it down to 3.
2.
Because I think these 3 won't come up again. So at the beginning, he was talking about his dad's boat crew. That was an all-girl crew, and it was insinuated they would never win a race because it was an all-girl crew. Sorry.
Yeah.
Blowjob joke.
It was like they're never gonna win because it's an all-girl crew. I'm like, oh Christ, okay. Second one.
But Cody makes a blowjob joke. He's like, oh yeah, they probably blew away their competition or something or they were blowing him out of the water or something like that.
There were more. Again, I have so many, but I'm going to narrow it down to 3.
Okay.
He did refer to the drag queen husband as a little light in his loafers, which, if you don't know, is a term for a gay person back in the 80s.
Yeah.
A term for a gay person?
Because they prance. In this lexicon, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's what they were saying.
At the time, that was a very common phrase. A little light in his loafers. That was a very common phrase.
I just thought that means he didn't have any money.
No.
But I was only because I didn't know that.
Speaking of slurs, this one was really bad. This was the last Buffington drag race. It was meant to be a Hispanic crew member on the drag track.
Okay.
And they said, "Whatever you say, beanbag."
Okay. So that is to say that a Mexican man is a bag of beans?
Yes.
Well, like the whole bean.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, beans are great, though.
I've never heard beanbag, but I knew that's what they meant. Because I'm like, that's the most... The portrayal of the guy was offensive enough. And then Buffington's like, whatever you say, beanbag.
They could have called him like... They could have called him like a frijoles fella or something.
Yeah, they could have been at least closer to the mark.
Yeah.
You know?
It was...
For sure,
it was bad.
Rob.
I have a feeling you didn't see those three, so I only mentioned those three, even though I have so many more that are probably going to rear their ugly heads at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. A legume lad, maybe.
Let's go on behind.
Let's keep the category going. All right, Rob's ad read.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Putty. Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Mended. Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Shine. Hi, Billy Mays here with Zorbies. Hi, Billy Mays here with the Awesome Auger.
Rob's ad read.
Bob was mad about how long that was. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Today's episode of the worst movie...
Go ahead.
Today's episode of the worst movie ever made is brought to you by Hot Dog Pizza at 3 a.m.
Ooh.
Another late night at the office. Your office. The office with the lease payments that you're 3 months past due on. The stencil on the door that has your name, followed by private eye, is collecting dust, and your most recent case hasn't had any fresh leads. At least nothing you could pursue legally. Not until the film develops. Not until you could secure a warrant from your partners down at the precinct. Between long, dry heaves as you hover over the white throne of porcelain convenience, you see her silhouette standing in the doorway. Through the glass... though the glass is frosted for privacy, and your eyes are redder than the devil's dick from all the drinking, you know she's wearing that red little number, the one that drives you crazy. She glides into your office like poetry in loafers, and presses her perky and puckered milkers right into your face. But the only thing you want to suck on is 3 fingers of bourbon, followed by a tailpipe. I have something for you, she whispers. Oh yeah, you say? Let's just say it fell off the truck. She says with a knowing wink before walking out of your office and your life. There's no new leads. There's no new break in your case. There's just a sweaty box of pizza and the pile of glizzies you ordered through Postmates. You're hungry. Hungry for justice. Hungry for love. Hungry for anything other than the bottomless pit of despair that you call your soul. You catch a glimpse at your reflection. Sweaty, putrid, 3 minutes sober. Ah, hell. At least the delivery girl didn't wait for me to tip her this time. I'm kind of embarrassed that this is the 3rd time I've ordered a hot dog pizza surprise this week. Your phone rings, and it's the president. To be continued. Couldn't get through that one.
Are you writing a novel? Because I hope this continues for the rest of the season.
I was
foreshadowing. Yeah, okay.
I was wrapped in this, yeah. Please continue right where you left off. Embarrassed by the 3rd time you got the hot dog surprise pizza. Oh, fuck yeah, I love that. Hey, I didn't underline this test. Test number 4, the worst dialogue.
The woman is all we want. The others must die. They all must die.
That's some really bad dialogue.
All right, it's clip time. I want to vote from you two. Decide this for me. Should we do the honorable mention now, or should we do it right before number 1?
Ooh, I like right before number 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
about,
cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go with number 5. Lethal Weapon.
Guys. Look, you don't want to mess with me. See this body? Body is a lethal weapon. Could kill you guys in a second.
I'll show you lethal weapons.
Nice.
What I didn't do there was explain whether or not we were supposed to laugh at him for that. Because we are supposed to laugh at him when he shoots. But he is supposed to be deadly.
Yeah.
And I know that because he fucking like kicks one guy and then kicks the other guy, and he like fucks up both of the really heavyweight.
It's because he's cut, but he's ropey, and the other guys are like he's got like it's called like the hero's body, but they have like the superhero
villain body.
Yeah, the villain or like the the bodybuilder body or like the the showcase body,
the overdog, the Goliath kind of deal going on.
Ooh, overdog,
but,
I like that.
But the overdogs at 3 a.m. Check them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're huge and muscly, right? But he's clearly a better fighter than them because he kicked one in the face and then kicked the other in the stomach, and then he went to punch the like big fat like old Italian guy, but he has a gun in his waistband, and he didn't know that.
Yeah.
If he didn't, then they would have lost the fight, right? Because he connected a punch to his stomach, but there was a gun in there. So that made me wonder whether or not he was actually a lethal weapon. I think he was supposed to be a great fighter.
Yeah.
So then I wondered whether or not the whole thing was a joke about him being like, dudes, you don't want to mess with me. Because they at the very least, they made it super unclear for me whether or not I was supposed to laugh at him. Because he wasn't, he's so sexy and gets with everyone in this movie, so we're not supposed to laugh at him.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a character for scorn and laughter. Except for when he shoots, which I kind of liked the angle that they had him as a bad aim. Because, made him
Honestly,
imperfect.
I agree.
Anyway. All right, let's move it on to number 4. This is mobile home. Let's pay attention to this and explain it to me afterward, please.
Well, those guys won't need these guns anymore. I'll tell you one thing. June's gorgeous front porch really saved our ass. Comes a mobile home.
Okay.
I like that we kept in the mobile. Hey, there's a mobile home. But her gorgeous front porch. I think, Rob, you remember when we did like Hard Ticket to Hawaii or whatever movie it was that was like super tittied? And your ad read was all about like the different like names for boobs.
Yeah, it was like 100 different. I asked
really
ChatGPT for 100 boob puns that week.
I'm pretty sure you never said front porch.
I didn't. No.
I used to work when I worked at a video rental store. One of the guys I worked with, he always referred to that as front porch. We used to rent game. We used to rent the game Tomb Raider. And he nicknamed it Womb Raider because he's gross. And he also said, hey, she's got a nice front porch.
All right.
Anyway, So, yeah.
The more you know.
That phrase.
Highly, highly pixelated, squared tit woman.
Triangle boobies, yeah.
I just thought front porch and mobile home was too good a combo to pass up there. But just a little anecdote for you. I know we're running along already, but my wife was across the street, and this like old guy who was just gross, like he was known to be like gross around town, was like, "Hey, you got a nice toilet," and he was talking about her ass.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And she does. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, but like toilet? I've never heard anyone refer to an ass as a toilet before, and it just makes it kind of weird and like, extra creepy and gross. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to number 3. This one's insane. This is lip service.
I'd love to raise your sails and tighten your jib sheet. I want you to batten down my hatch. I can't wait. We're gonna do it port and starboard, fore and aft.
Please, Sal. I have all I can take this morning, all right?
Sure, baby. Is that knockers with an H?
You got it.
Cody, does she give better lip service than I do?
Honey, that's a negatory.
Well, then I'll get her for you.
How did you girls get by my security system again? I thought I told you that the Malibu Express is a little dangerous the next couple of days.
Cody, you know you like having us around.
Body by Fisher, brains by Mattel.
Body by Fisher, brains by Mattel.
Was that the common like thought on Fisher versus Mattel? Like Fisher was better built and Mattel was cheaper?
I think they're both toy brands, and they didn't want to. But basically saying they have Barbie doll bodies and Barbie doll brains.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe Fisher was like the better brand.
They're on par with each other.
Okay, well, let's work in reverse then. How you got by my security system? You know what? You know what we never see? His boat security system. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the mural of the Malibu Express train. That's just an unlocked door that you can just go through. I think that might have been a security system. Lip service. That's a blowjob joke too, right?
Yeah.
Does she give better lip service than me? Blowjob, right? And then they mentioned knockers with an H, which we already went over. But all the like sexy boat like pun play on words don't work at all.
No.
She didn't even ask him if he wanted to swab her poop deck, which is the only like that's the closest you can get.
Yeah.
Right?
Sink my battleship. Or,
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple of big missiles for you, and like something.
Lunge my toilet.
You want to see my torpedo? Yeah. See my torpedoes.
Finagle my fudge rudders. Ooh.
Yeah. Finagling the fudge rudders.
Rudders. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know if we can use that as our clickbait title. But I do like it. All right, let's throw it to number 2. This is evidence.
Lady Chamberlain, this arrived in my office this morning. It's for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my. Their review. Taken with Shane. How cozy. Take them, Lieutenant Arledge.
Can I take a look at these? Nice composition. A lot of focus.
It's what we call hard evidence.
He just made an "I have an erection" at the picture of you knew that are evidence in this case. Joke right there.
Yep, he did.
In front of the entire family, they're doing this?
Yeah.
They're just exposing her by the pool in front of the whole family?
Yeah.
And then I like how Cody is like, can I take a look at these?
Yeah.
No, this isn't your case. Why? You don't get to. He's like, he wants to just look at her boobs.
He just starts beating it.
Just shoots one off right into their pool. Yeah, he says it's a little out of focus too. I feel like he wants he's like, I'm a little upset that I can't see your boobs as well as I wish I could.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of ridiculous, the whole thing. All right, but nothing compares. Oh, actually, maybe
honorable
something
mention.
does. That's the honorable mention, yeah. This is private.
Private, all right.
Cody. I understand you're a private investigator.
And we want to know if you'll investigate our private.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that second girl said it like she really wished she didn't have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
She really wished that she did not have to say that in a movie. All right, let's throw it to number 1.
You know what? Fuck it.
It's every other episode. I forget about the drum roll. So explain this to me. Bob, Rob, I task you both with explaining to me what the fuck is going on in clip number 1. This is 8 furniture?
Shane, where the hell are you? Damn it, I'm late. I gotta get back to the house.
Shane Reeves, God damn it!
Oh, somebody ought to take that bullhorn and... Ouch! What if that leaves a mark?
Don't worry, Mrs. Chamberlain. Your husband will never see it.
Shane, what did a guy like you do in jail?
Ate a lot of furniture, baby.
What? What did a guy like you do in jail? I ate a lot of furniture, baby.
Doing something unconventional
on the chair while his ass was in the air.
Well, according to highnative.com, which I'm not sure if it's a reputable source, the phrase chew on some furniture is typically used in a joking manner to suggest doing something unconventional or unexpected, like eating a chair. So it's literally just
ate a lot of furniture.
Doing unexpected things.
Yeah, he said ate a lot of furniture.
Okay,
so Aaron thinks that it means that he sucked a lot of dick in jail.
That's what I think.
Well, yeah, Bob agrees.
Tossed a lot of salads.
Tossed some salads. Well, I mean, that does set him up for our introduction to his sexual relationship with Stuart, I believe. The balding transsexual. I would assume he meant boners.
Okay.
She mentioned Alan, who said a nice toilet comment to her, too. Very relevant, Aaron. Very nice.
Timely.
Very timely. Okay, I didn't know what ate furniture meant. I was like, because for me, it was like, like a carpet muncher was the closest thing I can get to, but aren't you like a lesbian in the 90s when somebody calls you a carpet muncher, that was the best thing I could do. I was like, you weren't eating vagina if you were in an all-male prison, so I just couldn't understand it. So thank you for explaining that to me.
I can't wait to send this episode to my parents.
Let's start to test number 5, the worst production.
Are you looking for an escape from the worst production?
Get me out of here.
There is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
Right.
All right. So my worst production is something you wouldn't have expected necessarily from this piece of shit movie. It's called Reworked Remake.
No.
Huh. Okay.
Because Andy Sedaris, who the guy that made all these sleazy films, in 1973 he released a movie with Roger Corman, which is where I got my Corman from in the pitch. He made a movie called Stacy. It was a low budget, and it was so low budget and less than famous, he decided to take nearly the exact same storyline and characters from that movie and make a larger movie. So this time with a male lead and a female race car driver. So what he did is he took the female lead in Stacy was a private investigator badass who was also a race car driver.
Okay.
And he split the role into 2 parts. Yeah, he split it into 2 characters.
Great job.
Then I went on YouTube and I found Stacy. It was on there with the nudity and everything, and I sped through it. I kind of skipped like a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the beats of the movie are all the same. Like the lady in the wheelchair, the guy, the chauffeur who videotapes everything. Yeah. It's just poorer production quality, if you can even imagine.
Yeah,
and much less boobage.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't obvious, as I already said from the pitch, this was also partially funded by Hugh Hefner, which is where we got the boobage from. They were all Playboy Playmates.
Oh, were they?
Well,
even the cop?
I don't remember.
Okay, she's the one that was possibly. Seemed to me like she was like someone's like friend or something.
Yeah.
She just didn't seem like showed a lot, and she had fake ones, so it's possible.
Yeah, she showed her backside as well, her starboard, maybe.
Yes.
We'll go that way. All right, test number 6, the worst acting.
I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away.
I am Michael. I take care of the place while the master is away.
The acting just gets worse and worse in the worst acting.
The I am Michael is so fucking epic with that background. I don't know why. All right, let's start with number 1, Daddy. This is porn acting.
Okay.
Hi, I'm May, and this is my friend Faye.
We just arrived from Corpus Christi on my daddy's boat. We're in the slip next to you, and since we're going to be here for a while, we thought we might like to get to know you just a little bit better.
We think it's a neighborly thing to do.
We didn't think you were ever going to get out of the shower.
Well, how'd you girls get by my security system?
We have our ways.
Ooh-wee, I must be living right to have these lovelies pull into the slip right next door.
You know, we haven't got our water hooked up yet, and we was wondering if maybe May and I could come over and take a shower here.
Oh, you poor ladies. Let's see what I can do for you. Just right down here.
Did anybody else think the narrative interjections were just really poor dubbing until you realized that it was actually a voiceover?
No, I knew it was.
Yeah, it was. So, like in the car, I felt that way, Rob.
There's sometimes like you could tell it's separate from what's happening, but there's other times where it's like it's so in line with, as far as like levels and like lack of reverb and whatever.
Yeah,
it felt like a dub.
I felt that way when he was in the car because like they had his mouth moving, and he was supposed to be talking into the thing, like the narration is happening into his little like Walkman or whatever, you know. But it was off still, and I was like feeling the same way you're feeling about it, like just bad overdubbing. But I don't even know if they meant for that to be overdubbing, or it was confusing and stupid. But for this one, was it May and Faye? Their dad's boat just like landed next to Cody's, and they just decided that they were gonna go in there while he was showering, and then like hold him at water gun point, and then fuck him.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't. But again, he mentions his high-tech security system.
Security, the caboose painting with a door on it.
The painted
door. They're like not sure what he means because they're already past it because their boat was parked in the dock, like right next to it. So they're like, yeah, we have our ways. They have no idea what he's talking about. All right, let's go to number 2. This actually may not sound, if you're a podcast-only listener, and we appreciate you, we love you, thank you so much for listening. This may not sound like the worst acting ever. I mean, it is really bad, but if you get the larger context, a murder just occurred. This is win some, lose some.
Well, Shane, you win some, you lose some.
Poor Shane.
Luciana, the plane leaves in a couple hours. Why don't you get out of here? I'll vouch for you. We were together all night.
I'd rather stay here with you. I'm worried.
Don't worry, I can take care of this. You really don't want to get involved, I have to call the police now.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that nonchalant conversation that just happened there was over a dead body that they just discovered.
Yeah. Yes. Brutally, savagely stabbed, shot, and like
freshly bloodied,
beaten with a TV or something. Yeah.
So there's like you know those like tall trees that like rich people have for like privacy.
Yeah.
Between the boathouse and the like swimming pool, maybe. And they're at the deck of the swimming pool, and Cody's swimming, and he just gets out of the pool, and he looks over, and he's like, "That looks like a dead body." He's like, "Hey, let's go look at whether or not that's a dead body." And then they walk over and discover it's a dead body, and they're like, all right, I think we should cancel lunch. You should get a flight to Florida, and I'll call you. You know, because I don't want you involved in this.
Yeah, win some, lose some.
You win some, you lose some, Shane. It's so crazy out of balance with the like horrific murder that happened the night before. They just like walk upon like a murdered body, and they're just cool with it. I thought that was crazy. All right, this is actually really, really, really terrible acting. This is number 3. This is In Touch.
Lady Lillian, I'm very sorry about Stuart's arrest. I'll be in touch with you later.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Where is she going?
Willow Springs, ma'am.
The raceway.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Maid Marian. You may have the rest of the day off.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Hey, Beverly, how you like this Olds? Belongs to my daddy. He loves cars and gadgets.
They're on their way to Willow Springs. Don't count on me for your party. I'm going to Tijuana for the weekend.
I thought, okay, so based on Hard Ticket to Hawaii, I thought that we were going to find out that Maid Marian was a transsexual.
Mm-hmm.
And we got, like, the hair and the butt and the, like, body that was, like, disguised and shit. But we did not find that out because she was just a woman, I guess. But, like, she had so much crazy hair, I thought it was going to be, like, a really weird wig, you know? Like, on a dude. And then we were going to realize that she just had, like, fake boobs on. You know, I'm not talking shit about girls with no butts, but, like, she was, like, looking in the window, like, all curious about the murder and stuff, and she had, like, literally no ass, and I was like, this is a man. This is a man. It's gonna be, like, they're gonna, like, somehow reveal that Maid Marian was the one who killed Shane and all that shit, and they even, like, allude to it, and then we're gonna find out, like, it's another lover of Shane, or something like that, but it was just some crazy maid in, like, no clothes with a shit ton of hair that's, like, very soon to be a cat lady who is on her way to Tijuana in this clip. But everyone involved in this clip is a bad actor, and I thought that that was a really funny look-in for the work. So let's throw it over to Bob, and we'll talk about what's factual and what isn't in fact or no fact.
Great.
I know all the signs pointed this way, but there was so much Bob-foolery.
Okay, but I know we can't be wrong. Look, the sign pointed this way.
Fact or no fact?
Any other nectar gathering creature can create the same situation.
All right.
Okay, fact or no fact. What did I call it this week? I called it because, as Chris said, Malibu Express didn't make any sense, so I just called this Syphilis Express.
Okay.
Because holy shit. Okay.
Right.
All right. So we're looking for the lie. I'm going to tell you 5 things. Find out which one's a lie. That's the game. Good luck this week. I was really digging for this one. Here we go. The helicopter. This is number 1. The helicopter pilot was not an actor, and actually the owner of the rented helicopter.
All right.
Okay. Second one. Hugh Hefner only started making Playmate videos after disliking how his models looked in this movie. Okay, third. Hugh Hefner didn't like this movie because he wanted Andy Sedaris to add a little more romance. Fourth. The actors hired to play the bodybuilder goons had forgotten what day the shoot started and had to be recast. So they weren't the original guys. And fifth, the director shows up as a cameo as the Winnebago driver. Which one's a lie?
God damn it, Bob. All right. All right.
I know, it's a good one.
I believe the helicopter pilot thing because, like, well, actually, I want to believe it because it makes sense for the budget, but I don't believe it because he might not be union. But I'm not sure if this movie even follows those rules or even attempted to be legitimate. Hefner started making Playmate videos after disliking how models looked. Is it 85?
85, yeah.
I want to say he probably had Playmate videos before this. So I'm gonna call BS on that. Hefner didn't like this movie because he wanted Sedaris to add a little more romance. Yeah, I'm borderline on that. Actors hired to play bodybuilder goons forgot what day the shoot started. I mean, they were the best actors in the movie, so I doubt it. I think they were the ones that were cast. Director shows up as a cameo as Winnebago driver. I'm gonna go with my gut and say Hefner was already making Playmate videos, so I want to say he probably did dislike how the models looked in this because they weren't like airbrushed or like centerfold quality.
That's fair.
But I want to say he was probably making Playmate video. I mean, like I would say he started doing that. Like I don't know when Playboy was founded. But I would venture to say that a video component would be pretty early on in their evolution. So I'm gonna say he probably had money to finance this because of the Playboy videos he had already made a lot of money on. So I'm going to say number 2 is the lie.
I'm going to say that Bob's lie here was a little brazen. And I'm going to assume that the director cameo, Winnebago driver, is not true. Because I don't think Andy Sedaris was that old. But he was banking on us not knowing that.
Or not remembering what he looked like because this movie fucking sucked. And it's such a minor detail. Who cares?
So, yeah, I'm going to go with number 5.
All right, this movie did suck. Indeed, it did suck.
It did suck bad.
You're both right. The helicopter pilot, for budget reasons, was the guy that owned the helicopter rental place.
Hey,
which,
Bob.
by the way, they didn't even change the name of the sign. Like, there was a sign behind the helicopter pad that said the name of the company. That was the actual name of the company that they used in the movie. I thought that was so funny.
That is funny. Bob, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you stroke my fragile ego every time with the first fact by saying you both did a good job? Like you're both right.
I caught on to that a few weeks ago.
Chris.
Here's a banana sticker.
I am a teacher of the most fragile minds in the earth, which is middle school students. I know how fragile egos can be.
Mm-hmm.
I do the best I can.
Mine most of all. If I don't win, I lose, and I hate that.
I don't want to destroy you, but unfortunately, Rob did win again because
God damn it!
I'm pure id.
But Rob, you were very close to being wrong. He only started making Playmate videos in '83. This movie came out in '85.
Okay,
Wow.
So don't forget the home video market wasn't even a thing until the mid '80s.
Yeah, that's true.
So they were both kind of on the cusp of that whole market.
All right.
But anyway, so the facts are Hugh Hefner did not like the movie. He didn't like the girls running around sweating and shooting. He thought there should be romance. The bodybuilder, they were actually a couple of brothers. I forget what they were called. I think I have it in my catch-all. They actually did forget the day the shoot started because they were in choir practice. And they had to be recast.
What?
All right.
Yes. They actually showed up in a different movie that I'm going to put in my poll. I think they're called the Barbarian Brothers.
Oh.
Look it up. Like, Google it right now. They're, like, hysterical looking. And, yes, the director did show up as the Winnebago driver. And, yes, he is not young. At least not now.
No, he's not. I'm not surprised then, because he was like, oh, let me look at those tits. And then he was like, God bless your body with this full front porch you got. I was just hoping he was some scummy guy like off the street.
He was. And also the director.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, let's try to the catch-all.
Get back in the house, damn it.
My God, Mike, what happened?
We'll figure it out during
The catch-all.
All right.
Quality merchandise you're offering. Written, produced, and directed by Andy Sedaris. This never goes well.
No.
Especially when you're like some fat, gross guy in Winnebago.
Yeah.
And you're doing all that. All right, go ahead, Bob.
There were gratuitous ass shots in the first, 2
Yes.
minutes of the movie.
Yeah, well, they know that because they saw it in the clip already.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe
Are you telling me that the Buffington driver just poured loose nitrous onto the engine to win the first race out of a jar?
Yes.
Okay.
I found a couple of things very funny. Just props. The cow briefcase, the cow print briefcase that Cody had.
Yeah.
Was pretty good. But I also
Yeah.
very much like the racetrack pit crew guy. He had a shoe hat.
Yes.
It was like a visor, but it was also like a shoe with laces.
Yep.
I forgot about that. All right. So I had written down that June Knockers is a character name, and that's really funny. But we already said that. So I'm going to say the private club that they went to was called Touch. I thought that was really funny. I thought that was
Touch?
really, really funny.
Touch.
Yeah. All capitals, TOUCH.
I'm just going to jump to the third act real quick and say that there was no clear plot until it was explained, like, explicitly by the main accomplice.
Like the entire thing was like hit over your head, like somebody hit you with a dictionary.
It was like the Cartman Scott Tenorman rundown.
Yeah, right.
Where he's like, I told you this knowing that you'd say this, so I went there, then he shot his parents, and I was able to sneak in because of this, and then...
Honestly,
like,
that wasn't much different in the original. When I watched the ending of the original, I'm like, holy shit, it's not much different. Like, they really... Like, didn't even try to make a better movie. They just made a remake with more boobs.
Well, they thought they had something already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I said, yeah, Tidscope is, like, definitely going crazy here, but the Rump radar is also on overdrive.
Yep.
Rump radar.
Just saying. Yeah.
Nice.
Go ahead, Bob.
You know, I didn't like all the time jumping wormholes through the whole movie.
Yeah,
like there'd be like a scene, and then like they're inside a place, then they're in a car, then you're seeing some girl's chest, and you're seeing. I didn't like that. It was really hard to take.
When the Buffingtons, I'm gonna. It's mostly Buffington stuff I have. When the Buffingtons moon our hero, I have no reason to believe that those papers that they had in their pants with the message written to him would be dry.
Also, I will say, heavy Lady Buffington.
Yeah.
Tight ass than I thought she was gonna have. You know, my rump radar was going off. I was like, I didn't see this coming. You know.
Did you know what they said about her in the opening? I took this out of my most offensive.
Yeah, so did I. That she was fat.
Yeah, P.L. Buffington's fat wife, Doreen.
Yeah. But PL's, not doing too bad. He's not a handsome guy, but he's got a, nice rump to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep going.
Please.
Here's another direct quote from the movie. Mama was killed by a private rail car that jumped the track. Yes. Cody says nonchalantly, like it's not a big deal. Who cares?
Yeah.
This is not a thing that happens to regular people, by the way. I don't know if you know that. But my mama was not killed by a private train car that jumped the track.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah. Chris, this is for you, man. Listen all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah?
There are far too many characters to keep track of. Lord of the Rings have less characters in this.
Oh, fuck you.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong.
At least Lord of the Rings devoted 16 hours to it.
Yeah.
Not an hour and 45 minutes.
It was supposed to be for you, Chris, not against you.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for the support, Bob.
You said in a previous episode we should mention Lord of the Rings more often in this podcast, and I delivered.
That was a backhanded Lord of the Rings compliment, but I'll take it.
No, it wasn't. He was saying it's easier to keep track of the depth and scope that the Lord of the Rings has to offer through his world building than it was this pile of crap movie.
3 movies of worth of characters.
Okay,
it's
all right.
Easier
I'll
to keep track of.
I'll take it and I'll run with it.
One piece of shit movie.
All right, gets his first win of the episode. Crisp win. I'm gonna write that down. Nice. All right, thanks, Bob. Go ahead, Rob.
So he calls his officer accomplice for like intel, but he doesn't want to tell her anything at the same time. Meanwhile, she just rocks back and forth in the chair playing with her own boobs.
Okay, so yes, I have this in the catch-all too, and I'm gonna rephrase it. I'm just gonna let it go. Oh, you didn't like the service? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dang it!
I'm so sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple. Actually, what was she? Phone sex operator?
Wasn't the same person. That wasn't the same police officer he slept with. So who the hell was that person?
She was a phone sex operator he frequented. It was like a go-between. She was like supposed to have like a lot of knowledge or something, you know?
Yeah,
that was insane. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, okay, I'm gonna group these together because I have like 30 more. Why would the girls shower together at his house?
To lather their boobs with hot soapy suds.
Yeah, but they were just spraying each other with water.
Yeah.
Because Andy Sedaris told them to.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. The maid looks insane, I wrote. But to your point, Bob, like, my mother-in-law says all the time, when I'm like, why would this even happen? She says, because it's in the script.
Artistic license. Yep.
Yeah. Because, sometimes that's the device we need to make this thing happen in a movie. In this case, to see 4 more boobs at once, we needed these girls to decide to shower together.
Yep.
So it was in the script. Go ahead, Bob.
The Buffington family was straight out of Trauma. Like, I'm not sure if Trauma came first or this came first.
Yeah.
But, like, that family belonged in a Trauma film, not in this one.
Yeah. That's funny, because they were definitely traumatizing.
Yeah. Oh, God, no, they weren't.
You know what I mean?
So the gentlemen that I'm now aware of are called the Barbarian Brothers in other contexts.
Okay.
So the world's too small. They all frequented the same gym, but they were also the guys that were in collusion with the Russians.
Right.
What the fuck?
Well, don't forget the Barbarian Brothers were the ones who didn't make the call. They weren't.
That's right. That's right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so never mind. Scratch that.
Still, same guys. You're right.
Yeah.
Same characters.
Yeah, I still hate it.
Yeah. I just like the term Barbarian Brothers because it was really stupid. They looked really dumb too. I googled them.
Even though one was black, one was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, could be. Who knows? The pop-up camera, is it unexplainably funny?
Yeah.
It's like secret porn taping camera that like pops up over the in the pool house he had set up. He's just,
and everywhere else,
like,
yeah.
Shane is just getting it on, and then he like clicks the button, and like a camera just like pops up and starts recording. Yeah. Oh my god, something about that was really funny. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah.
Speaking of porno, this movie was almost cut for ratings. Like, it was almost cut like as an X-rated movie.
Surprised.
Yeah.
Because in one of the post-coital scenes, like after Cody was finished having sex with one of the, I want to say it was the
cop friend.
I forget. But it said it looked like he was taking her from the ass. like I guess they were spooning, and I guess it looked like he was ass fucking her. And they said, and Andy Sedaris said, no, keep it in, and they're not having sex. And they had a fight about it, and apparently they kept it in based on his argument and kept it as an R rating.
No kidding.
I apologize for my flowery language.
Deflowering language.
I have 2 abusers I gotta get through, so I'm just gonna play them right now.
Sure.
I named the first one Nya. And this next one, well, it's pretty self-explanatory.
You little whore.
Oh my god. Those are so good. The really like okay, so there's this like bar theory that I had with Aaron, and these like really big fat guys don't know what else they have to like brag about except for how loud their voices can get. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been in a dive bar like post 30, but like there's these like really big fat like bar patrons that just yell because all they have is how loud their voice can get, and that's how I felt about that guy that was like, nah! Like they kept going to him so he can scream, like because that's all he had. He's just like this gross like old fat guy who's screaming.
It's the not quite middle-aged version of the penis game that you would play in middle school.
Right. Only you don't have to yell penis. You just have to go. Brow!
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for playing those for me.
Yeah.
The car dealership desert daughter does the deed for a drive. We mentioned this before, but somehow I don't know. It can't be a mirage or anything. Cody's out in the desert and he finds the dealership daughter who does the deed for a drive. She gives Cody a car as long as he fucks her. She finds him irresistible, I guess.
While driving 170 miles an hour, right?
No, that's later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 30 minutes into the film, he gets beat up by the the Barbarian brothers, and Yar
by proxy
like blows up his car, and then they force him to walk into the desert to his death. And he finds a dealership in the sands, and her one condition is that she gets some pipe, and she'll give him like a Corvette.
Yeah,
and that's what happens.
Simple barter system. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 30 seconds, he meets her, fucks her, gets a Corvette, he's off on his way, which is very convenient.
Yeah.
Just saying. All right, go ahead, Bob.
I'm going to make this my last one because we're going long. The race car driver who is supposedly Cody's like alter ego. This didn't make it anywhere else in the show so far, so I'm going to say it. The guys were like, "This car is tits. This car is tits."
I haven't.
She said, "If that car is tits, then what are these?" Oh,
Go ahead, Ralph.
Do you think when Cody was like, "Well, it couldn't be her because she does everything left-handed," do you think he also implied that that's how she would pleasure him?
Yes, totally.
The old shake weight cab fare situation.
Like, he is kind of observant, but like he was too observant. It's like, oh, she does everything left-handed. Like I was expecting a wink, but there wasn't a wink.
There was a wink,
and that'll be my last one because I'm sure you have like 40 more, right, Chris?
I really, really do.
Okay.
Just wanted to mention the name of the gay bar. It's the Screaming Cockadoo. Here's a couple quotes from the movie. Can I have some designer water? Ha 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 ha. Because the party was so lavish, I guess. The guy who is threatening Shane's life says, "Come up with the bread or you're dead." I like that rhymed.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Cody ruins a crime scene by just investigating and like getting his fingerprints all over everything.
Yeah, he does several times.
I thought it was funny that he called a sex operator instead of the police to get the police. He finds a dead body, so he calls the like nipple touching lady to like call the police instead in a hurry.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's see. Also, his cop friend dresses not at all like a cop.
No.
Her lieutenant
No, it's
dresses like a police officer, but she's
it's like a bachelor party cop. It's a bachelor party cop. It's like, oh, someone's been really naughty. You're under arrest, and they just like pop them out.
They make love as the bad guys approach, and then they stand in a running shower to ambush them.
Clothed.
Yeah.
What was that? They run the shower to allure the bad guys in there. What happens if he just starts shooting into the shower? Because why not? Waste some
Dumb and
bullets.
Dumber.
Assuming.
Dumb and Dumber logic. Hey, what if they shot me in the head? Yeah, what if they shot you in the head?
So Shane did fuck Stewart, the tranny, right?
He did.
He fucked him to blackmail him, right?
At least he did something with him.
Yeah, he fucked him to blackmail him. Saying Shane has no limits.
The left hand shake weight.
The shake weight cab fare. He's on his way.
Yep.
So I wrote June knockers with an H because I just had to bring it up again. But why were the bad guys following them on the highway if they knew what their ultimate destination is? Because Cody loses them, which is supposed to be like when they are like off his trail, but then they just show up to where he was because they knew where he was going anyway.
Yeah.
Why trail him in the first place and let him know that you're on his case?
Pre-GPS is my only thing.
I guess, but yeah. All right, fine.
They should know where it is. They know where it is.
Yeah.
All right, well, Bob, to your credit, I wrote, this car's the tits. Separate quotation marks. Then what do you call these? Which are the tits that she pulls out. Andy Sedaris blew the budget on a helicopter again.
It was something about, like...
That was a thing in the 80s. Yeah.
He waited too long for a helicopter, and he would never do it again after this movie.
Oh, no shit, really?
That was a thing in the 80s and 90s. Like, Michael Bay would, like, flex his muscles. He's like, oh, yeah? Well, I got 3 helicopters in my movie. And then, like, by the time, like, the 2010s rolled around, it's like, everybody had helicopters. No one cared.
Yeah,
we did this at Hard Ticket to Hawaii. There was some kind of, like, rule that Sedaris had about, like, flying things, guns, and boobs. Like, it had to happen all in the first
you gotta have one of each. There were a couple of Clint Eastwood ripoffs, including "Make My Day," that made it into the dialogue that we were supposed to like laugh at. That I did not laugh at. There is a number of nightclub knockers towards the end of the night on this one.
There were.
Yeah. Who cares about the hillbilly races? Plus, he had a helmet, which meant that he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
The chick that killed Shane took the wrong camera, right? Which is part of the like plot twist at the end, but she had literally no reason to take the wrong camera except for to throw the viewing audience off, which bothered me. There was literally nothing important on the other camera, so she didn't even have to take it. She just didn't have to take any camera at all.
Yeah.
So that was a stupid plot hole that just made it obviously they were trying to mislead the audience.
True.
Super shaky camera at the end when they're on the boat, and then I wrote, and I mentioned already, but the sizzle tit reel. At the end.
The credits.
Just to remind you of how many tits you saw in this movie.
Yeah.
All right, let's start to what we're watching.
Sure.
The best opinions about things to watch are definitely
Mine, do you hear?
I'll start with the amazing food truck race. I'm watching this because if you don't know Food Network at all, then you don't know who Tyler Florence is. And if you don't know who Tyler Florence is, let me tell you. The most awkward person on camera you may have ever seen. I've been watching this lately, not because I'm interested necessarily in what these food trucks are producing food-wise. I'm watching it because Tyler Florence is just the most bland person you've ever met, but he's forcing a personality through the camera, and it makes for a very interesting mix of like awkward, clumsy, to me hilarious. I don't suppose that other people find this kind of thing funny. because it's just like an introvert trying to extrovert really hard, but he's doing a terrible job, and I find that really funny. So watch the Great Food Truck Race, not because you care about which food truck is going to win, but because you have to watch Tyler Florence every week cringe his way through an episode. Number 2, I don't know. I'm so sorry. This isn't a movie either. I'm sorry, guys. I guess I just don't watch as many movies as you do. So take your Team Rob Bob win. But I've been watching a lot of bad wrestling promos lately. It's like the other awkward meat that I just fucking love. If you seriously YouTube bad wrestling promos, just watch an hour of it and laugh your fucking dick off.
The cream rises to the cream rises to the top. Like one of those.
Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
The cream rises to the top.
That Randy Savage shit is insane. Absolutely cocaine-fueled insanity.
Yeah.
Randy Savage.
But that's not even a bad wrestling promo. That's like good in comparison to what I'm talking about.
That's good,
Like
yes.
like Hulk Hogan had one where he was talking to Vince McMahon in like 2004, like this is past his prime, and he's like, if you think I'm the right guy at the right time and blah 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 blah, and that's all that like made Hulk Hogan, then you're wrong. But what he said was, if you think I'm the wrong gay guy at the right talking about like the craziest shit that happens live, and they just keep on and like wrestling legends all the way down to like the Jeff Farmers. That's like just someone who's like way too nervous to be on camera. You know what I mean? Everywhere in between, just the cringiest shit you could ever find on camera, where they're trying to pretend like they're tough people, which a lot of them are because they're professional wrestlers and they actually have to do something like super physical for a living. But they're not actually really fighting each other. Like when they pretend that they're fighting each other for real, sometimes it just gets so awkward and cringy that it is fucking hilarious. I've been watching a lot of that lately. I don't know.
I'm gonna get into that tonight. That actually sounds awesome.
It's so good, dude. I'll send you a couple.
So I'm going on I'm gonna finish this week. Denis Villeneuve, the director, he made Arrival, which was okay. He made.
I heard it was good.
Yeah, he made. What's the one called? Blade Runner 2049. That I'm an
visually
hour and a half
stunning.
I'm an hour and a half into it, and I hate it.
It's boring.
I really hate it.
It's visually stunning.
I went back like 15 years, and I found Polytechnique from 2009. It's an early movie he made. It's a black and white movie. It's about a college massacre in Montreal in 1989. It was incredibly effective storytelling. It was so visual. It like barely had any dialogue. I think it was fantastic. So as far as him as a director, this was up in the ranks. And then he made one a year later called, and I'm going to say this in French, Incendie. It was it looks like Incendies. It won or at least nominated for a best foreign language film because it was in French. They're both in French, by the way. It was 2010. It was a story about a life after life in a civil war, and the lives affected years into the future, which is basically a nice way of describing one of the most fucked up premises I've ever witnessed. It's well done, but man, brace yourselves for this storyline. It's crazy. I'm not going to release anything about this movie except that it's fucking crazy in terms of its familial relationships. Holy shit. Anyway.
Cool.
So, Denis Villeneuve, one of my favorite filmmakers of non-science fiction movies. His science fiction stuff is mid. I'm going to say that for the kids. Everything else is fantastic. He made both Dune movies, which I like the first one. Didn't see the second one yet. And other than that, I'm going to throw it to Rob.
Long Legs with Nicolas Cage and Mike Monroe.
And
its premise doesn't offer anything new. It's the marketing. It's Zodiac meets Silence of the Lambs. Nicolas Cage is Hannibal Lecter meets Tiny Tim.
And
Wow.
It's a victim of its own hype because there's no way a movie could live up to like a marketing campaign that's that insane. But while watching it, I was underwhelmed. But like on the drive home, I was like, wait a minute. Like, there's lots of expectation subverting that you didn't realize was happening until after you think about it. And like it's been stuck in my head for a few days now. 2 days because I saw it on Sunday. But it's very well done. I would give it like a 4 out of 5 star.
Okay.
It's deeply unsettling, but you don't realize how unsettling it is while you're watching it. You realize it afterwards. Because there's lots of things that work well there's a lot of tropes you think are going to be set up, but they never materialize. And then you realize it's intentional, and then you're like, oh, okay. It'll get under your skin on the back end, but like while you're watching, you're like, nah. But definitely go see it for sure.
Fair enough.
And then I've been into audiobooks on Spotify. Chuck Palahniuk, the guy who wrote Fight Club, the follow-up novel called Survivor. They were gonna adapt it into a movie, but like it kind of hinges on a plane hijacking, and when they greenlit it, like 9/11 happened and they scrapped it. But basically, it's a lone survivor of like the Coitus death cult, which is basically like the like the Heaven's Gate people, and then his like rise to like religious like televangelist superstardom after like a publicist picks him up, and it's definitely I wish it was a movie, so I listened to the audiobook and like imagined it being a movie. But it's great. A guy survives the mass suicide. He like missed the memo, didn't do it, and like years later he's just like kind of like just going about his life, and it's really funny. So check that out. Long Legs and Survivor.
Cool.
And that's what I got this week.
Nice. All right, let's throw it to back credit names.
Yeah.
Herb Dow. Stag Summers. Chester.
Do you have them written down?
And Michael Mel. Glasscock.
If we had a producer, they'd say, you know what you have to do, Chris, this week?
Send me the clip of the new names.
Yeah, I promised to do that. And I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm written down.
Well, here they are.
All right.
Randy Rudy. Harry Howes. Ab Dixon. Busty O'Shea. Dick Day. And Chuck Cock.
Nice. Is Bob being extremely deadpan, or did his screen freeze?
No, I think he's gone. I think he froze. I hope so, because if Chuck Cock doesn't make you laugh, if you still look like that and haven't responded yet, then you deserve scorn. But I think he froze. Let's throw it to the offensive minigame, praying that he unfreezes by then.
If you're doing something offensive, we're just going to ask you.
Well, whatever it is you're not doing, don't do it somewhere else.
This is the offensive minigame.
Well, Bob, are you there?
Bob? Did we lose you, Bob?
I guess I just press forward and the two of us will decide, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maid rape jokes.
Okay.
Or pipe logic attempted murder.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Maid rape jokes? I agree.
Yes.
Women are boobs.
Okay.
Or ugly kid sweatshop.
Ugly kid sweatshop.
Yeah, I agree. All right, 1-1 running into the bonus here. Cops catching ugly kids in nets.
Okay.
Or blackmail and literal rape.
The second one.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so the more offensive movie is Malibu Express. Let's throw it to the movie comparison, hoping that Bob might rejoin us by then.
But, Master, you have 6 wives. Why can't I have one for myself?
Because it is.
Time to prepare the movie.
All right.
Taking my time. I feel like Bob might rejoin in just a second here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the movies that we are comparing. That is absolutely not a thing. The movies that we are comparing here are Malibu Express and Garbage Pail Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this comparison? Assuming you can hear me there, Bob. Here we go. Worst of its kind, Garbage Pail Kids, a negative 36.8 and worst.
Mm-hmm.
Malibu Express, a negative 28.5 and worst. So, Garbage Pail Kids, the clear winner there, with almost a 10-point advantage. Garbage Pail Kids, a team win with 5 stars.
So Pale Kids are winning so far.
Yeah. Malibu Express, a team win with 4 stars. I wrote Team Titty Witty Booby Winnie. So there's that. I mean, that's okay. I mean, we made it through the whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
Offensive. We wrote very for Garbage Pail Kids, but you know what? Malibu definitely takes this one. We already played the minigame.
Yeah.
So, Garbage Pail Kids. Shitty dialogue for Garbage Pail Kids, or Malibu's dialogue. I don't know. Both are exceedingly bad. What do you think?
Malibu, just because they tried shoehorning so much innuendo that it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids was just poorly written.
At the very worst was the swab the deck I'm gonna batten down your hatches shit that didn't work at all. So I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Production, a marketing mishap for Garbage Pail Kids, or reworked remake for Malibu Express.
Shit, that's a tough one. Marketing mishap. Well, so I feel like I had to give Garbage Pail Kids credit because there was intent behind the movie. It was to sell more cards.
Yeah.
Whereas they already made the movie, and then they just made it again.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one was worse.
I would say the remake is worse because no one really asked for it, and then they made it anyways.
Acting misguided by Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, there he is. Well, there he goes.
Yeah.
Bye, Bob. Well, we'll see if he comes back in a second. We might rework this comparison real quick. But misguided acting on Garbage Pail Kids. Malibu Express. What do you think? Worse than that?
There he is.
Bob!
Hey, sorry. I went outside to ask if the internet was down, and I came back, and it was back.
Hey,
Okay.
Bob, bad credit name winner this week, Chuck Cock.
It was, yes.
We decided that the worst movie as far as offensive goes is Malibu Express because of maid rape jokes, women are boobs, and blackmail and rape.
It was most offensive, yes.
Yeah, we went to movie comparison. Malibu lost 28.5 to 36.8. Team win for Garbage Pail Kids with a 5-star. Team loss with the Team Titty Witty Booby Winnie 4 stars for Malibu. Malibu is more offensive. Malibu has worse dialogue because, Rob, at least they were trying, right? But all the failed innuendo we decided was worse on Malibu. Bob, how do you feel? Okay, cool. So, tied 2-2 going into production. I'm just going to ask you, what's worse, marketing mishap or reworked remake?
Oh, shit. That's a good question. I feel like marketing mishap is a bigger faux pas. But I don't know.
Rob?
Yeah.
See,
Present
I think Chris
your
is
argument once more.
Chris is going to have to tie break because marketing mishap has intent. They are trying to sell more cards. That's why the movie was created. Whereas with Malibu Express, they remade something that already failed. and made it worse.
All right, I'm gonna lean toward Rob's answer because he has a better argument.
So did I. I liked it a lot. So it's 3-2. Going into acting, which for Garbage Pail Kids is misguided because we had to say something. There was nothing to compare it to. But now we have Malibu. I actually think Garbage Pail Kids' acting was worse.
Yeah, agreed. There's kids and there's puppets.
I don't know, man. I disagree,
voiceover
but obviously I'm outnumbered. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with... All the acting was done by Tits, and all the Tits were doing it pretty well. So I'm not going to argue with that.
They were all adults. They should know better.
Yeah, that's a good... They were all adults and they were trying and failing, whereas, like, you could be more forgiving on 80s child actors because their parents were just loading up with cocaine and dragging them.
Yeah, all the children were actually just 40-year-old people pretending to be greasers and ugly children.
Ty?
And doing a bad job at it.
That's a tie.
All right, a wash. Both of these movies need a nice hot wash to clean off. We have no demerits from Malibu Express yet. What do we want to, like, bad title?
Buffingtons.
Buffington. I was just going to say that. Yeah, Buffington.
Buffington Buttwater. Or lack of.
All right, so what's worse, Buffington Buttwater, or lack thereof, or costume design / pedophilia?
The pedo.
Yeah, pedophilia. Yeah.
Okay,
we have a 3-3 tie. We need to decide if the acting is worse in Malibu or Garbage Pail Kids.
Fuck. I'm gonna say Malibu because they're all adults, whereas there are child. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Malibu.
Fine, I am good with that. Worst of the season then is Malibu Express.
All right.
Which I'm fine with. Only we're going to have to pull clips that are like just inundated with nipples.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have to we're gonna have audio issues because there's too many nipples in our audio next season where we're pulling clips. But next week, we're gonna do a live look-in on Instagram, and I already have it kind of sort of pulled up. I'm watching a woman shave her face. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the archives. There. How you doing, everyone? Thank you so much for listening. We love you. Not insights. We're going to archives. Hey, Rob, where can they hear our shit? You want to just plug us now?
You can go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We're on YouTube every Sunday, but the Wednesday before that, you can find us on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, whatever app you want to plug your RSS feed into. You could hear us. You could hear our voices in your ears. You could email us. You could check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Just www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Subscribe, follow, participate in our polls, watch Bob's trailers. Just get in on that sniz and just rub your nose all over it.
Biodome. 27% of the vote went that way.
Oh. So we lost. Biodome lost.
Ballistic X versus Sever, 33% went that way. Dolomite got 40% of the vote and wins for Bob's third fucking movie in a row.
Have you seen this?
Damn it. No. I don't want to. I don't
You
want to
haven't?
watch another shitty blaxploitation movie from the 70s again.
Did you
I just
go
did
to
that twice
college?
last season.
Did you?
Not
did you have
1984.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't go to college. This is a staple. You have to see this. This is so bad it's good. This is a bad it's good. This is gonna lose. This is not gonna be the worst of the season.
Okay.
Because the intention was just so.
I can get behind that.
It was so pure. It was so pure.
So it's like they were going for Shaft.
No, they were going for everything they had, but they had no budget. So, but they had it was a passion project. If you watch the Dolomite, That Is My Name, or This Is My Name, or something like that, the
with Eddie Murphy
biopic, you'd understand the heart.
I did see that one.
Yeah. Dolomite is bad. Like you'll see boom mics, you'll see stunt doubles, you'll see all the bad.
Okay. I can get into that.
Cool.
Which makes it
that'll be fun.
That much entertaining.
Okay.
I'll
right,
see if I
cool.
can find a good version. I'll start on that tonight.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, Rob, you already plugged us. So I ask you, if you think you're really good with your lady, why don't you take that lady finger you got and go correct that subscribe button. Click it, and see what it does for you, because you're going to love all of our content we put out every single week, usually on Tuesday nights, but dropping on Wednesdays. And then if you like our YouTube, which, why couldn't you? Because you've got three handsome faces here to look at, all delivering substantial comedy. The kind of comedy that you want to hear, the kind of clips you want to see. And we're making the world a worse place, one movie at a time. So let's throw it over to Bob for his last word, and thank you so much for listening.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Toilet.
I am really gonna have to piss. How is the iced tea? You like it?
Really good.
I'm gonna have to try that out.
Really
I'm gonna
good.
have to...
Zero sugar, purely, no calories. It tastes like regular sweet tea.
Soda stream.
My mom likes it super sweet.
Wow. Okay, hashtag them. Let's see if we can get a sponsor.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye, Jelly Scoo.
Mom, Jelly Scoo.